Now dash gland secretes the mucus. Mucus glands, that means as mucus, saliva, earwax, oil, milk, all these are the secretion of the exocrine glands which are released through the ducts, already mentioned in that, right? That is also taken from the NCERT line, right? So the answer is the exocrine, and in that way the correct option is the Bombay, right? Come to the next, that is 10th. Loose connective tissue located mainly beneath the skin and acts as a reservoir of food, right? So if in that option it only gives mainly present beneath the skin, then we mark the answer areolar. But as it adds that it acts as a reserve food, so areolar tissue is not acts as a reserve food, it adipose tissue acts as a reserve food, right? And these are not the types of the loose connective tissue proper, right? So the correct answer is D. These are the diagrams of the NCERT. It is given in NCERT page number 101, heading number 7.1.1, right? These are the diagrams of the epithelial tissue. That is, first one shows the flattened cell, and flattened cell is present in the squamous epithelium, right? It is present in the squamous epithelium. Clear? That too shows the cube-like cells. It shows the cube-like cells, right? So this is the cuboidal epithelium. And that third shows the columnar cells. That is the columnar epithelium, right? And that D is shows the brush bordered columnar epithelium, right? Clear? So dash single is made up of thin layer of flattened cells with the irregular boundaries. It is called the squamous epithelium. So the answer is C. Clear? Some of the columnar or cuboidal cells get specialized for the secretion, and they are called. Now come to the next question. Some of the columnar or cuboidal cells get specialized for the secretion, and they are called the glandular epithelium, right? They form the glandular epithelium. Exocrine glands are the glands with duct, right? Endocrine are the glands without duct, and glandular epithelium which helps in the secretion, right? So the next question is, dash help to stop the substance leaking across the tissue, that is called the tight junction. This is the exact definition of that tight junction, right? Which is also known as the zonula occludens, right? The tight junction is also known as the zonula occludens. Clear? Now come to the next. This is the diagram of NCERT related with the neural tissue, right? Related with the neural tissue, which is given in page number 105 in NCERT, right? And that one shows the axon, that two shows the cyton or the cell body, that 3 shows the dendrite, right? And that 4 shows the neuroglia cells, right? So identify the indicating points 1, 3 and 4 respectively. 1 is axon. Axon is present in both, that is C and D option is cancelled. 3, that is dendrite, and 4th is neuroglia. Axon, dendrite and neuroglia, option B, A is also cancelled, right? So the correct option is the Bombay. Come to the next question. Select the tissues which originate from all the three germinal layers, that is the talking about the epithelial tissue, right? And the other which is most abundant, that is the connective tissue, right? So the epithelial connective answer is A. Clear? How many of given features are incorrect? How many features are incorrect in relation to the epithelial tissue, right? It has a free surface, correct. Cells are compactly packed, correct. Abundant matrix, wrong. Protective covering, correct. Secretion, correct. Cells rarely divide, no. Highly regeneration power is present in the epithelial tissue, that's why it divides continuously. So two answers, two statements are incorrect, so the answer is Bombay, right? A tissue is, when we define the tissue, we know that they are the group of the similar cells that functions together in a specialized activity, the group of the separate organs that are coordinated in activities, layer of the cells surrounding an organ, sheath of the cells one layer thick. No, they are the group of the similar cells, so the answer is A, right? So the answer is A. Clear? Come to the next one. In order to recognize, to form a tissue, the cells must, as we know that these tissues are origin and structure are same, right? So origin and functions are same. So basically they recognize one another, na, right? So that's why the answer is A. In order to form a tissue, the cells must have recognized to one another. Clear? Next question is, epithelial tissue has their own blood vessels is absent, right? That's why the blood vessels are absent in epithelial tissue due to the absence of the intracellular spaces, right? So it is non-vascularized. Epithelial tissue is the non-vascularized, but the blood supply, the nutrition is there, right? Nutrients is there through the basement membrane. Clear? So the answer is A. Next one is, in which one of the following preparations are you likely to come across the cell junctions most frequently? And we know that to transfer some substances across the cell junctions most frequently, the most appropriate is the ciliated epithelium, right? First one, when we talk about the tendon, so it is a type of the white fibrous connective tissue and it connects bone with the skeletal muscle, right? So it doesn't help in that particular thing. Thrombocytes, it helps in the blood clotting, right? So it cannot come across the cell junctions more frequently, right? Hyaline cartilage, it is present, it is the most C-shaped cartilage. Matrix is glass-like translucent, most abundant form of cartilage present in the body, right? But that hyaline cartilage is present at the articular surfaces, right? That's why the answer is not that. The ciliated epithelium, cilia trap the particle, it transfer and finally it transfer that particular substance to their destination, right? That's why the ciliated epithelium is the preparation which you likely come across these cell junctions most frequently, right? So the answer is D. Now come to the question, that is 21st. An epithelial tissue which has an thin flat cells arranged edge to edge as to appear closely packed tiles, they are found to be present at. Actually, according to that definition, they are talking about the squamous epithelium, right? They are talking about the squamous epithelium, and as we will discuss it, the squamous epithelium is found where rapid filtration and diffusion takes place, right? So it is where the inner lining of cheeks, exactly here the rapid filtration and diffusion takes place now. So inner lining of cheeks and the eardrum is lined with the simple squamous epithelium, right? Outer surface of ovary, no, there is no diffusion. Inner lining of the stomach, it is lined with the columnar epithelium, so here it is not present here. Inner lining of fallopian tube, it is lined with the ciliated epithelium, so the answer is A, clear, which belongs to the simple squamous epithelium. Non-keratinized stratified epithelium. Now what is that keratinized and non-keratinized? When we talk about the compound epithelia, that compound epithelia helps in the secretion. They are made up of more than two cells, right? That's why they are compound. They are of two types. First one is the stratified, second is the transitional, right? First one is the stratified and second is the transitional. These stratified, when we talk about these stratified is divided into two: stratified squamous, stratified cuboidal, right? Stratified squamous and stratified cuboidal, right? Stratified squamous further divided into two in the presence and absence of the keratin protein, which is the hard protein of the body, right? Keratin protein is the hard protein. So where the keratin is present, then it is called the keratinized stratified squamous epithelium, right? Keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. It is present where the dry surfaces of the body is here, right? Present at the dry surfaces of the body. The examples are the skin, hairs, nails, horns and hooves, right? Skin, hairs, nails, horns, hooves, we know that these are the dry surfaces of the body, right? And when we talk about the non-keratinized, non-keratinized is present where the wet surfaces of body is present, right? For example, the esophagus, conjunctiva of eye, right? Vagina, cervix, pharynx, right, etc. So all these are examples of the non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium. And transitional is present where, as it stratified present in the mammary gland or the larger ducts, are where the larger ducts are present, where stratified cuboidal is present, right? The salivary glands, and the sweat gland, right? Transitional epithelium is highly stretchable, right? And they are present in the urinary bladder, right? Urinary bladder, uterus. So now the answer is, according to that, the non-keratinized stratified squamous epithelium is present in vagina, cervix, correct. Buccal cavity, anus. Anus, no. Buccal cavity, yes. If there is anal canal, then we'll say that it is correct, right? The vagina, cervix and buccal cavity, it is correct. The vagina, cervix, buccal cavity and anus, no. If anal canal is there, then the answer is D. Now in that case, the most appropriate answer is the C. Come to the next, that is apocrine secretion of the glands means. As we already discussed in the glandular epithelium, on the basis of mode of secretion, there are three types of glands, that is holocrine, apocrine and the merocrine. Holocrine, as its name suggests, the whole cell is destroyed here, right, to release their secretion. See there, that holocrine, that is the secretory material, right? These are the secretory material, and what will here, the cell with the secretory product is there, right? To give their secretion, they detach from their base, right, and disintegrate and release it contains. That means the whole cell is destroyed to release their secretion. That's why the holo, that is whole, right? Holo, that is the whole cell is destroyed to give their secretion, right? That's why the holocrine gland, and the example of holocrine gland is the sebaceous glands. Come to the next one is the merocrine. Merocrine, which is also known as the acrine, right? In that particular cell, there is no destruction of cell, and there is no cell is getting small or change its shape in size, right? Just vesicle release its contents, and the secretory products are secreted in the lumen of the gland, right? Clear? So that's why that is the merocrine gland. Merocrine gland example is the salivary gland, the sweat gland except the axillary sweat glands, right, and the pancreas. When we talk about the apocrine, apo, that is apex. Apex, you can see here the apical portion of that with content, right? Only apical portion detached from pinched off that portion of the cells, right, and pinched off portions of cell releasing its secretory products. See here, right? Clear? So that's why it is called the apocrine. So apex, clear? So what does it mean here now? The entire content of cell is discharged with the destruction of cell. No, it is the definition of the holocrine gland, right? When the product is discharged, the cells remain intact. That is the merocrine. When the partial cytoplasm is lost with the, that is the apocrine. Clear? So the answer is C. Come to the next. Wrinkles of old age is due to the collagen fibers. We already discussed it before. The collagen, if the number of collagen fiber decreased, then the wrinkles will be increased, right? So the answer is the collagen fiber. Myosin and actin both are present in the muscles, and both are not related with the wrinkles, right? They are related with the contraction and relaxation of the muscles. That is, they can participate in the sliding filament theory. Clear? So collagen fibers. In NEET 2012 paper, a question asked that the most abundant form of protein present in the whole animal kingdom, that is the collagen protein, and that's why the collagen fiber is maximum amount in our body, right? So the answer is Bombay. The most widely distributed connective tissue proper is, we already discussed, is the answer is A, right? Clear? Adipose tissue, that is related with the adipocytes, that is the fat cells, right? They are of two types, that is the white adipose tissue, wet, and brown adipose tissue, that is BAT, and that BAT brown adipose tissue is related with the thermogenic activity. That's why they are present in the hibernating animals, right, in neonate babies, clear, in brown adipose tissue, clear, but it gradually decreases and it shows actually oxidative phosphorylation. right? Oxidative phosphorylation occur, and the heat is not stored in the form of the ATP, right? It just warm the body cells and present around the larger blood vessels, around the neck, around the visceral organs, right? So blood circulation can be maintained. Clear? Reticular tissue, that is the phagocytic in nature. These are the network like. Clear? So they are present in the spleen, the bone marrow. Clear? Collagenous, that is the where the meshwork is present, right? So but when we talk about the most widely distributed connective tissue proper, that is the areolar tissue. Areolar tissue joins bone with bone. No, it is the function of the ligament. Bone with muscles. No, it is the function of the tendon. Fat body with muscles. No, right? Integument with muscles. Exactly. That's why we say that areolar tissue provide a particular size and shape to the organ, right? Come to the next one, that is, which one of the following statement is true regarding the adipose tissue? White fat cells and brown fat cells. So come first, that is, when we talk about there are two types of adipose tissue, that is wet, that is white adipose tissue. But in white adipose tissue there is a large single fat droplet, is there, right? Large single fat droplet is there. As this fat globule increase, right, as this fat globule increase, what will happen? The nucleus and the cytoplasm, they are arranged in the periphery, and that's why it looks like a signet ring shape, right? That's why it looks like a signet ring shaped cell, right? That's why the adipocytes are also known as the signet cells, right? The adipocytes are also known as the signet cells, right? That is the nucleus, that is the cytoplasm. So the fat globule, that's why the wet is known as the monolocular, right? Monolocular, that is single large fat droplet. Clear? But when we talk about the BAT, that is brown adipose tissue, in brown adipose tissue many fat droplets are suspended in the large amount of the cytoplasm, right? Small fat droplets is there. Nucleus and the amount of the cytoplasm. Clear? Right? So these are the small fat droplets which are suspended in the large amount of the cytoplasm. That's why the BAT, that is brown adipose tissue, is called the multilocular. That locular word is used for the fat cells, right? So what will happen here? The white fat cells are the multilocular? No. Brown fat cells are the monolocular? No. White fat yields more heat than the brown fat? No. Brown fat yields the more heat than the white fat. Clear? And fat yields twice energy as compared to carbohydrates. Yes. Clear? So the answer is D. Clear? Come to the next. Tendon connects bone with bone, bone with muscle, cartilage with muscle, and ligament with muscle. Come to the next question, that is tendon connects with bone with muscle. Correct answer, right? Bone with skeletal muscle, it is also correct. Cartilage with muscle, no. Ligament with muscle, no. But what you do, when you read that option, bone with muscle, right, then you will not read the other options too. Clear? But you have to read that Why? Because this is correct, but this is the most appropriate answer. So in that case, that is the answer. That is the bone with the skeletal muscle, right? So you have to learn it properly, how to solve the questions, right? You should read the all options properly. Clear? Ligament, it binds one organ to another, attach muscle to bone, attach bone to bone, none of the above. So it attach bone to bone, we already discussed it, right? That ligament is a type of yellow fibrous connective tissue, right? It is the type of the yellow fibrous connective tissue. It connects bone to bone, right? Some questions asked related with that, that is this about the sprain. Sprain, what is the sprain? That is excessive pulling of ligament, right? That is excessive pulling of ligament is called the sprain. Clear? Same as that, many years old mummies have their arteries intact due to the well preserved elastic fibers. You know, that is also related with that question. Clear? So you have to learn it properly. Now come to the next question. See, which we discussed here. The question is here, overstretching of ligament is called, that is called the sprain. So the answer is Bombay, right? Which is the strongest cartilage? Fibrous cartilage, elastic cartilage of pinna, hyaline cartilage. The fibrous cartilage is the strongest cartilage, and even in fibrous cartilage, the white fibrous cartilage is much more stronger, right? White fibrous cartilage is much more stronger than the other cartilages. Thick bundles of collagen fibers are parallelly run with the fibroblast cells, right? Parallelly run with the fibroblast cell, and if the collagen fibers are present in maximum amount with thick bundles, then it will provide maximum strength. That's why the white fibrous cartilage have the great tensile strength, right? It is present in the intervertebral disc, right? It helps in the at the time of the parturition, right? Clear? So this is the strongest cartilage. If the bone is kept for 3 days in 10% KOH solution, it will be, what will happen if we do that? Then it will be unaffected. There is no effect on bone, but yes, when we kept it in HCl, then what will happen? The bone becomes decalcified. Then bone becomes decalcified, then that means the matrix gets degenerated, right? The matrix gets degenerated, or the calcium will be lost due to the effect of the HCl, right? So these are the question of pre-medical. Bone matrix has abundant 60 to 70% of the organic salts, and the 60 to 70% is inorganic, and 30 to 40% organic, right? And in that, maximum amount of the calcium phosphorus is present. That's why the calcium and phosphorus is known as the appetite salts, right? The calcium and phosphorus is known as the appetite salts. Clear? Bones of birds are hollow and pneumatic. That's why they are very light weighted, right? Birds are very light weighted. That's why they can fly easily, right? They can fly easily because of their bones are hollow and pneumatic bones, right? So the answer is the C, correct answer. Clear? Come to the next, Ootheca, that is related with the cockroach, right? Ootheca is formed in cockroach by Ootheca. The function of Ootheca, actually it is formed in cockroach by the collateral gland, right? It is formed in cockroach by the collateral gland, and this is the function of the collateral gland, that is formation of the ootheca, right. The juvenile of cockroach is known as, that is the, which is called the nymph, right. This is called the nymph, that is the larva of the frog, tadpole, ammocyte is not there. That nymph is the juvenile larva of the cockroach. We can say juvenile stage of the cockroach is nymph, right. So next question is, the cockroach is nocturnal and omnivore, that means they are night dwellers and omnivore. They eat the veg, the non-veg and all these things, right. Diurnal and omnivore, that means they move, we can see them only in daylight. No. Nocturnal and carnivores, nocturnal and the carnivores, that means they eat only non-veg. No, they are the nocturnal and the omnivores. That's why at night we see the cockroaches maximum in strength, right. Which are the two common Indian cockroaches? Periplaneta americana. Actually, there are three species of the cockroach which we'll have to study. Actually, first one is the Periplaneta americana, which is the largest one. Second one is the Blatta orientalis, and third one is the Blatta germanicana, right. Blatta orientalis is reddish brown, dark maroon color, right, and Blatta germanicana is the elongated body with golden brownish in appearance, golden yellowish brownish in appearance, right. So when we talk about the two common Indian cockroaches, that the Periplaneta americana is there, right, and the another one is the Blatta orientalis, right. The largest cockroach which have the largest wings, these are the Periplaneta americana. Clear? So the correct answer is the D. These are the two common Indian cockroaches, right, Periplaneta americana and Blatta orientalis. Clear? Characteristics of group Insecta is, right, Insecta group characteristic feature, because they belongs to the phylum Arthropoda. Arthropoda, that is arthros, that is jointed but paired, three pairs of jointed legs are there. That is correct answer, right. All these characteristic features are present in the insects. But when we talk about the characteristic of group Insecta, that is the most appropriate answer is the three pairs of the jointed legs, right. Three pairs of the jointed legs, that is the option is Bombay. The dorsal plate of skeleton found on the abdomen of the cockroach, it is called the tergum. It is called the tergum, right. This is the direct question, so you have to learn it. Nothing is in it to understand, right. That is the dorsal plate of the skeleton which is found in the abdomen of the cockroach, that is called the tergum, right. And if it is present and ventral surface, that is called the sternum. Clear? Clitellum in earthworm includes the segments. Clitellum is formed by the, we know that earthworm belongs to phylum Annelida. Clear? Annelida, and belongs to class the Oligochaeta. Clear? Clitellum, it is 100 to 120 segments are present in their body, right. True metamerization, true segmentation is formed there, right. And 14, 15 segments, 14, 15th and 16th segment get fused to form the clitellum, right. So the answer is Bombay, right. The CT are found in all body segments. CT helps in the locomotion. CT helps in the locomotion in the earthworm, and it is absent in the first, last and the clitellar region, right. First, last and clitellar region. So that is the answer is D. In earthworm, the segment bearing mouth is called the, in earthworm, C. The segmented body this is called the prostomium, and the overhanging structure over it, that is called the peristomium. Clear? Prostomium and the peristomium. So in earthworm, the segment which bears the mouth, it is called the peristomium. So the answer is C, right? Segmentation in earthworm is metameric segmentation, polymeric segmentation, pseudo segmentation, bisegmentation, and actually their true segmentation is found in the earthworm, that is metameric segmentation, right? That's why the answer is A, right? So in that way the whole chapter is covered, right? Thank you.